Garden Inn tonight at Pauley Pavilion. Southern Utah out of the Western by Hilton Garden Inn. Dylan Andrews, who missed a couple games, back in the starting lineup for the second.
So not a lot of actions, not a lot of tricky offense run by Southern Utah, but a lot of veteran guys.
Dominating teams, but it's a Southern Utah team that has won games as Dylan.
Who they're playing.
That foul was on Jamari Sibley for Southern Utah. They're winning games by Wisconsin and then at Minnesota as well. Sky Clark is the jumper.
Good sign. Sky Clark, he's been affecting the offense, more offense. They're averaging way more points than they have here at UCLA under Mick Cronin, and a lot of it's because of getting here to UCLA. This team is actually scoring more and moving the ball more, so they may tick up a bit as Daly makes the three. So much ball pressure from UCLA. I mean,
Jameer Simpson came at the buzzer.
How valuable is that going to be for UCLA?
Here's Ford, who just had the three go in and out, is able to get free and drops in the
impressive number this year because of how they're playing differently offensively.
Foul on Brock Felder, his first third team.
They're good, and B, if they're locked in, engaged, playing with intensity, attention to detail, not making mistakes.
Andrews can't play basketball.
Yeah.
We've been through this 100, and UCLA's been around. This is 106.
I was before Coach Wood. Major teams, lower major teams.
Good block. Bilodeau gets denied by Felder. And Tavy Jackson.
There's always been similar is when you have a veteran team coming in here, whether they start good or not, they usually get back in the game, not getting a very good shot.
Bilodeau with the turnaround. And there's Will
For the last 3-4 minutes.
Here's Bilodeau getting free, and he still can't break the seal. And then Kobe Johnson gets fouled.
And then just reps playing with each other. And I think it's gotten better. And based on what we've seen the last few games, all the way across.
He had a very rare line the other night.
Rebounds, 5 assists, 12 points. Take that every night for UCLA.
Bilodeau with the rebound. Well, in 20 years, a Big Ten player had done that.
Yeah.
They get a dunk as Sebastian Mack is feeling his face. He might have got.
Osibor up at Washington is still leading the league in rebounding and steals, which is crazy.
Johnson, maybe that free throw got.
Create some more havoc, create some more turnovers on defense.
Nearly another one pulled.
Nita.
Satchel Paige once said, sometimes I sit and sometimes I. No, he said, sometimes I sit and think and sometimes I just been on a older team or a more experienced team here for UCLA.
But getting an opportunity, you know, Dylan Andrews was out for a couple games, played well down the stretch.
Important games for him with conference play on the horizon.
Yes. Factor for them.
Jameer Simpson just gets it off, and Trent Perry is there for the save. Out of bounds off of Southern. Was a 10-minute-a-game guy. Does that suffice?
There he is.
To catch the alley-oop.
You would hope more.
Here, guarding on Jameer Simpson, who has to kick it out. Percy Miller.
You know you have.
Shooter. The transfer from Oklahoma State, a sophomore. Makes the first. And Daly's mom, a longtime college coach. So he said, I talked to him today. He said, I know Coach Close. I know Don Staley. I've been around them. A lot of out.
What's interesting, getting back to Mara after.
Break through, and now they're off to Hawaii with a target on their back as Daly scores with an athletic move.
Get back. You know, Bilodeau, when he's guarding that high ball screen, is up and hedging and stopping the ball. So,
a rare open look, and Tavy Jackson doesn't let the moment. Now here's Bilodeau.
This is the one thing I wish Bilodeau, when he catches it, you like it, our third defenders can come.
He's now 1 of 7, but Southern Utah can't take advantage. As Jameer Simpson 11 from 2 in that game, but he's 0 of 4, and he's just taken 3 so far in this one. Stefanovic gets free and connect. Big for him to hit a shot. His minutes, you wonder where is he going to fit in this rotation. Only played a handful of minutes on Friday. Another turnover. That is chemistry. Now, Mick Cronin said this week he thinks chemistry is just something that happens when a team plays really well. Resilient.
Yeah, but if you got guys moping around because they don't like their role, they're not playing enough minutes, then that usually affects the overall. Guys don't like their roles or what they're, what they're being asked to do.
Dominic Ford gets fouled by Dylan Andrews.
I think this has been a good stretch for UCLA with all these new guys, incorporating all these new guys, figuring out often teams out here at home to get ready for this schedule that's upcoming. Okay, check back with me in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Stefanovic his second three of the night. The Ducks, the LA
big win today.
Oregon, yeah, they
big win for them.
Texas A&M, 20th ranked Aggies. This is a 1-1. And he makes it obviously a program that's been in the limelight in the last several years.
And that was a road game.
It was a road game, yep.
Where UCLA goes here, been pretty much except for that 1-2-2 press, but pretty much straight man-to-man. And to say about him is he's looking to draw fouls. Why? Because he's a good foul shooter. There's a lot of guys that draw a lot of fouls that aren't good fouls. So
Andrews up top to Mara.
Well, a lot of teams that are really good defensively are physical, right? But they're so physical, they'll give up some.
Watches a lot of big guards who defend when he watches NBA guys. So what does that mean? I mean,
some of them can guard five.
Clark. That's good to see. Cronin did say he feels like Dylan Andrews is doing a good job of getting his hands up. And Stefanovic is having a nice offensive team from the field.
The fact that they only have 16 FGAs is shocking with 4 minutes to go in the half.
Right now.
This is what I'm talking about with Mara, the conditioning part. He was out for so long, you can tell he's getting a little tired. UCLA tonight.
Miller tries it again, and this time is denied. And to your point on Stefanovic, had a look. Percy Miller makes the free throw. Halftime. Back in Chicago, a lot to talk about, an active week. And 51-19 at the break. As Stefanovic, a rare miss for him.
And I think Illinois is only going to get better.
Kasparas Yakachunas.
See, this is what I was saying to start the game. Individual defense tonight.
By Kai Burdick. And a travel and a turnover, number 11
at halftime.
They've taken more free throws than UCLA. They've made more free throws than UCLA. Kind of caught in between their coach.
Southern Utah can get something going here to feel good going into the break. Obviously going to be down, but maybe a bucket.
Clean look. Perry another chance. Bilodeau, and it doesn't go.
Time when your leading scorer doesn't have a big half and you're still up by this much.
Bilodeau looking for another bucket, and he still is.
Find the target and knock it in.
What is his offensive strength? Here's Andrews under control.
His strength is in making. And I say that, and the guy's leading the team in scoring, so it's not that big of a deal, but I think he could be even more efficient in finishing down there. There's the guys, or you take the bigger guys out onto the perimeter.
Daly spins through traffic and scores. He had 7 points in 6 minutes, you think, Don. I asked Daly when we're watching you, what are you thinking about? And he said, I'm thinking about defense and rebound.
As much.
Well, he does look, I mean, wouldn't you agree watching him, especially after those first couple, he looks like he's playing really bad. His mom's left-handed like him.
See, that's Andrews right there.
Just mid-range.
That drop coverage. And if you're almost 18 points a game. Oh. Maybe this is the game that gets him going.
This is Jameer Simpson, the leading scorer, averages 18 a game.
Look who's guarding him, though.
He hasn't scored in this game, and still.
How are you going to ISO me?
He made one of the assistant coaches laugh. Yeah. Well, laughing as Kobe Johnson said something. And there's Bilodeau with him. Oh. Ball was deflected. Jamari Sibley, that's why he was able to. There's Daly on the snap pass from Kobe Johnson. Nice connection between those two.
Sometimes they take your
16 and 5, because if you don't add the 5 rebounds, there's a bunch of guys scoring in double figures as freshmen. He had a 13 assist game.
Another guy that's probably going to be a top 20 pick if he decides to enter the draft. The
foul was on
and that's
William Powell, by the way, second.
That's what we were all saying, Guy, before.
Boswell as well, who came in this year. Here's Perry with a nice move.
Speaking of reading it, our depth. There's 5 or 6 guys that you could make a case for playing 20 to 25 minutes a night, but unfortunately,
The Rose Bowl on Saturday.
and that's a little cool.
There's Perry off the front rim.
They can't.
Got to be gone by the Rose Bowl game.
Yes.
Stefanovic can't quite save degrees. That's got to be the biggest
Ever.
discrepancy in Big Ten history.
There's no way.
We've seen a few of these games now for UCLA as Matt gets fouled. They've had several blowouts in a row. Mack, 2 of 3 at the line tonight. Yeah. So much for accountability.
Right.
If I don't see Hummel or Beeline, it must be I don't know, maybe it's a rebound. I'm seeing those guys, every one of them is on.
Exact same tie.
I think he wore that last night.
No, I didn't.
Not you. Rebson.
Rebson has the exact different
Stop.
tie. Yeah.
You guys are on the same team.
Yeah, but you can't wear the same tie I'm on the road, dude.
Trent Perry. There's another illegal screen. That's on Mara, his second.
Not paying attention to what you're wearing.
Biggest lead of the night for UCLA. And
Tonight, and we're productive. Let's see if they can do it again here tonight.
foul on the floor.
Go. Don't really see that in 40-point games usually.
Dominic Harris off the bench. Can he be a good shooter in his career at Gonzaga and then LMU especially? Sebastian Mack can't connect. There's Southern Utah does get it up ahead to Miller and he scores.
There, you just got to back that out. Settle the game. That's what I'm saying about playing the score a little bit. Understanding time and score. You're up 30.
Stefanovic creates another turnover. And here's
shoe.
Mack. Yeah, it's with one shoe.
Have to come out of the game to put my shoe back on.
Stefanovic had a strong first half, and he keeps it going. Shot clock is low, and that goes.
We got 26.
Trent Perry.
Yeah.
Stefanovic.
But again, we showed it earlier.
Edmar sitting right now. There's another takeaway with his 4 points for Villadome. And Stefanovic gets up. Who's the best? Give me your top 3 dunkers. And he said Will Kyle 1, me number 2. And then he got a big smile. He said, and Lazar number 3 on Friday. Doesn't mean you can't lead the team in scoring the next time. And as Mara draws the foul on the battle and
Scores now. It opens up stuff for other guys. And so you get Stefanovic, who got going early, ends up having a big-time night.
win in the league.
I think
when you need somebody late in the game to score.
There's two ways to look at it.
He said he's like Coca-Cola, the same every time. There's a 3 for Xavier.
Yeah.
Here's Will Kyle powering his way.
That freaked me out so much.
Fouls. Yeah, I'd put him on the list, Don. It's early. He's a freshman. But we've seen these guys. There's Mara's 30.
It's expected of it, but decision-making, when to shoot, when to get guys involved.
But this game, Harris went for the steal. It creates an open 3 for Duncan Reed, and he swishes it.
Defense has been terrific all night.
It was 5th.
10 as a team on the season.
Oh, there's another 3 from Xavier Sutton. They don't lose. They're 7-0. There's Stefanovic. You know, Don, I just want to make the point too earlier. Like, you look at the score, and this has been consistent, and it tells you 30.
Well, look,
the guys that get minutes, like Eric Daly's a starter. He just hit a basket. He's in this game.
But you schedule, or whoever's the coach here, where they've had tight games in the non-con against teams they should beat. And ever since, they have been dominant on the defensive side.
Up top to Kyle. Kobe did other things, right? He got 6 boards, 4 assists. Daly.
Great, right, but I've said it a couple times tonight. It just shows me that they're being different offensively.
Bruins reacted when Lazar Stefanovic dunked earlier. As Kyle scores inside. If Jackson
do they run some action for him?
Do they?
Probably not.
There's a look for Seidler. Clean look at a three. And it's a little too amped up, perhaps. Here's Seidler spinning inside for the first basket of his career. What a great highlight. And now Udon and everybody watching and enjoying, and UCLA in a blowout.
4 or 5 games, and now we head into the teeth of this game.
Most turnovers forced by a UCLA team since 2000.